The only difference: he had the badge, the credentials, the authority, but none of that stopped someone from calling him a threat. It was just after 10:15 on a Tuesday morning when Marcus Delane walked into the lobby of the Crescent Hill Business Center in Arlington, Virginia, a place designed for silence. Gray upholstery, faux greenery, ceramic pots pretending to be expensive. The kind of environment where no one ever looked too long at anyone else until someone did. Marcus carried himself with the kind of quiet purpose that people either admired or misinterpreted. He wore crisp dark jeans, a fitted button-down, and had a sleek black laptop bag resting on his shoulder. Nothing about him was flashy, nothing aggressive. His steps were smooth, his stance casual. Still, every movement was intentional. He passed through the double glass doors and offered a polite nod to the building's security guard. No acknowledgement in return. Unbothered, Marcus moved toward the seating area, leaning slightly against the wall while reviewing notes on his phone. A Bluetooth earpiece hummed softly in his right ear. To anyone watching closely, it was clear he was rehearsing for a meeting, speaking softly under his breath, reviewing talking points, noting case file numbers. Just another professional preparing to brief a private sector cyber risk firm. But not everyone saw it that way. Behind the curved marble reception desk, Lila Prentice, a newly hired administrative assistant at Halcyon Analytics, peered at Marcus from her seat. Her brow furrowed. She turned to her coworker and murmured, "Do you know that guy?" The other woman glanced up briefly. "No idea." Lila kept watching. "He's pacing, talking to himself." "Bluetooth," her coworker said without looking up again. Lila didn't let it go. To her, the equation didn't balance. Black man, standing alone, dark clothes, not talking to anyone, seemingly murmuring to himself. Instead of walking over and asking a single question, "Can I help you?" she reached for the phone. "Yes. Hi. There's someone in the front lobby, acting kind of suspicious. Could you send someone to check it out?" That word suspicious carried more weight than she realized. Or maybe she did realize. Either way, it set into motion something that couldn't be undone. Marcus's contact on the fourth floor, a manager named Lauren Fincher, was running late. She had no idea what had just been triggered 2 stories below. Outside, a squad car from Arlington PD pulled into the building lot. Inside were Officer Trevor Klein and his partner, Officer Serena Morales. Neither was new to the job, but neither had hit 10 years yet. Klein was aggressive by nature, the kind of officer who saw the world in absolutes. Morales was quieter, measured. She asked questions first. Most of the time, dispatch had flagged the call as a vague but notable disturbance. Black male, late 30s, pacing the lobby, speaking into a Bluetooth earpiece. Caller said he might be casing the building. Klein glanced at his partner as they stepped out. "Casing? You buying that?" Morales shrugged. "Could be something. Could be nothing." They entered the lobby, Morales checking her body cam automatically. Marcus remained where he'd been, now skimming a classified PDF on his screen, his focus entirely on preparing for his upcoming meeting. He didn't hear the door open behind him. "Sir, can we have a moment?" Marcus looked up, surprised but not alarmed. "Sure. What's going on?" "Please step away from the wall. Keep your hands visible." Marcus blinked. "I'm with the Bureau. Scheduled appointment." "Which bureau?" Klein asked, his tone already hardening. "Federal Bureau of Investigation." Klein's eyes narrowed. "Got ID?" "Yes. In my bag. Certain reach." Marcus froze mid-motion. "I said I was going for my credentials." He replied, calmly but more firmly now. Morales stepped forward, careful not to escalate. "Can you set the bag down? Open it slowly." Marcus knelt, opened it slowly. Side pocket. Badge case. "You can pull it yourself." Klein didn't move at first, just stared. Tension thickened his stance. Morales crouched down and carefully unzipped the side pocket. She removed a silver badge case, flipped it open. Inside were photo ID, Badge. Full federal credentials. It checks out, she said quietly. Still, Klein didn't back down. We still need to confirm. Marcus didn't flinch. Call the D.C. Field Office or Agent Lauren Fincher. I'm here on her directive. Surveillance analysis briefing. The receptionist, Lila, stayed behind the desk. Arms folded now. She said nothing. Didn't explain the nature of her concern. Didn't clarify why she made the call. Sir, Klein said. Louder now. Please sit on the floor. Hands flat. Marcus complied without protest, easing himself down to the cold tile. His bag sat untouched beside him. Upstairs. The elevator Dinjeth meeting host finally on her way down. But the lobby remained locked in a surreal tableau, an FBI agent on the ground, 2 officers standing over him, and a nervous receptionist watching everything unfold with growing uncertainty. Are you armed? Sir? Yes, Marcus said plainly. Concealed carry. Glock 19. Right hip. Bureau issued. Morales confirmed the weapon was holstered and untouched. The badge was real. The ID matched the face. Yet everything stayed tense. Not because of evidence, because of assumption. Then the elevator opened. Out stepped Agent Lauren Fincher, navy pantsuit. Red hair neatly tied. Badge clipped. Briefing folder in hand. She was expecting to lead a meeting. Instead, she walked into something else entirely. What the hell is going on? She demanded. Marcus didn't move. Good morning. Lauren. Why is my lead investigator on the floor? She asked sharply. Klein cleared his throat. We were responding to a suspicious person report. This man, Lauren said, gesturing at Marcus, is Special Agent Marcus Delane. He is here with my full authority. Why is he on the floor? He said he had a weapon. Klein offered weakly. Lauren didn't raise her voice, but her tone carried steel. Did he resist? No. Did he threaten anyone? No. So, what we have here is a black man standing quietly in a lobby wearing a Bluetooth. And your response is to put him on the floor. Klein didn't reply. Marcus stood slowly. 7 minutes. He said, that's how long I sat here while 2 officers hovered like I might blow up the building. Lauren turned to Morales. Do you have his ID? Yes. Ma'am. Morales handed it back. Lauren's face tightened. He's been with the Bureau 12 years. I've worked with him for 6. He holds more commendations than most agents rack up in 20. She stepped closer. You know the worst part? Klein looked up. Before I walked into this lobby, Lauren said, Agent Delane was reviewing a personnel file from our behavioral analysis unit. A transfer applicant. An officer hoping to join us. She turned her eyes directly on Klein. And unless I'm mistaken, that applicant's name was Trevor Klein. The air went cold. You listed your training. Your de-escalation record. A domestic case handled without backup. I flagged it for interview. Thought you had promise. Marcus crossed his arms. You were 10 minutes from your first impression with the Bureau. Klein's jaw clenched. Lauren added. Now here we are. No shouting followed. No arrests. Just a slow-burning silence filled with consequence. Marcus looked at Morales. You read my badge. You knew it checked out. She nodded. I did. And? I didn't press the issue. I should have. Marcus didn't argue. We don't choose the moment that tests us. We choose how we handle it. Behind them. The elevator dinged again. A halcyon executive stepped out. Confused by the frozen lobby scene, Lauren turned to Marcus. Still want to do the briefing? He nodded. Let's go. But as they stepped into the elevator, Marcus looked back. Officer Klein. He said, I want you to remember something. Klein straightened. Waiting. The only difference between you and me today was that I knew who I was. The doors closed. The meeting upstairs resumed. An hour later, Marcus exited the conference room. Lauren handed him her car keys. You want me to walk you down? I got it. The elevator descended alone. When the doors opened again in the lobby, he didn't expect anyone waiting, but Morales was still there, arms crossed near a marble column. He walked past, but she stepped forward. Agent Delane? He paused. I stayed because I wanted to say something, not because anyone told me to. He said nothing. I saw your badge. I knew it was real, and I still stood there and did nothing. Why tell me now? He asked quietly. Because I don't want to be someone who recognizes truth too late and walks away. Marcus studied her. Accountability starts with saying it out loud. I know. He nodded. Bias doesn't wear a uniform. It wears anything scrubs. Suits. Security polos. Receptionist name tags. She gave a small smile. You think Klein still has a shot at the bureau? He does. But only if he learns from this. Then Marcus added, tell him the interview's still on. But I won't be the only one asking questions. When Marcus stepped out into the parking lot, he saw him Klein, leaning against a cruiser, arms folded. You waiting for something? Marcus asked. Klein shook his head. Didn't want to leave it like that. I thought I knew who I was this morning. Klein said. I thought I was the guy who didn't let this kind of thing happen. And now? Marcus asked. Now I think I've just been lucky no one ever challenged it. Marcus let the silence sit. In the bureau, we study behavior, patterns, instincts. But what we don't always admit is that we're vulnerable to the same ones we track. I messed up. Klein said. Yeah, you did. But growth isn't about comfort. It's about whether you keep showing up. Klein met his eyes. I still want the job. Marcus handed him a folded paper. Prep sheet. Use it or don't. What is it? Interview scenarios. Real ones. As he turned to leave, Marcus looked back. Next time you walk into a room, don't just see what's there. Ask what you might be missing. Klein stood alone, holding the page like it weighed 100 pounds. Because sometimes the heaviest things we carry are the things we refuse to see. And sometimes the loudest moments come in silence. The kind that makes you face yourself for the very first time.